Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Sunday, which means that it is Selfie Sunday. It's another installment of Selfie Sunday with Heather's Crafty Life here on YouTube. And so I pulled out a picture of myself because it's Selfie Sunday, and it's a picture from Halloween where I did my face up. I didn't wear a costume, but I did do my face up, and I put a whole bunch of colorful makeup on my face with accented with butterflies. So I thought it was a pretty cool idea. I've done this before for Halloween when my oldest was like 1 or 2. And so I just redid it this year, and it came out better than the original year that I did it. And so I took a couple pictures documenting, and I'm just now getting around to scrapbooking them. And so I thought that the Color Kaleidoscope collection from Vicki Boutin was perfect for this since it's jam-packed full of butterflies. And so I originally you guys know I love like black in a layout. I love black in a collection. So the Vicki Boutin Color Kaleidoscope collection has a lot of black in it, and I love that about the collection, along with a lot of other things. But there's that kind of grid and cross-hatch pattern 12 by 12 paper, and I decided that was going to be my background. And originally, in my head, I wanted to create a monochromatic layout. What? Lina, you want to create a monochromatic layout? That's so unlike you. I know. And then I started gluing things together, and out went the monochromatic kind of layout. So this collection probably wouldn't have been the best collection to create a monochromatic layout with, simply because there's just so much beautiful color in it that it's kind of like a waste of a collection. So there is a certain sheet of paper in the collection that is all butterflies. So it's kind of like a creamy kind of colored background with black butterflies. And so you could see them cut out to the top right hand corner of the screen. And I fussy cut those. It took me about half an hour. I fussy cut maybe about 90% of the page, and only really using the full butterflies. So any butterflies that were cut off because of the edge of the paper, I didn't use those, just because I had an idea in my head of what I was going to do, and the, half butterflies were not going to work. And so I took that black piece of paper and I used my white gesso, and I just created like a cleaner canvas. Cleaner. It's not cleaner. It's so messy. But I mean a grounded area for me to work upon. And so I've taken those photos of myself and I've backed them with some cardstock, and that's where I came in with all the color. Not a lot of color, but there was enough color for it not to be considered a monochromatic layout, right? So I decide that I'm going to go the opposite route, and I am going to use the word colorful that's in the Thickers pack, and I'm going to create the title. I'm going to use the title, It's a Colorful Life. And so those puffy stickers there, those alphas, are from Pink Fresh Studio, and they're just like a gold kind of foiled effect. And I'm just taking my wet glue. I have Scotch Quick Dry. I have a lot of questions regarding that. A lot of people message me asking me what I use in my fine line bottle, and it's Scotch Quick Dry, and you can get that at Michael's or anywhere pretty much they sell glue. And I'm just using it to tack on the letters. Now, I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, and so kind of drawing a circle freehand was not going to be easy for me, so I just took my pencil and just kind of roughed it so that I didn't stray too far away from what a circle should look like. And I'm taking my hot glue gun, which I use a lot in my scrapbooking, and a lot of people comment on that as well because I guess it's unheard of, and really I didn't think of it as an option until, I don't know, maybe a year ago or so, where I just happened to pick up my glue gun, which is always sitting on my desk anyways, and I glued something down and I was like, oh, well, that was easy. I didn't have to wait for glue to dry. You know, it was just instant, and I've been using my glue gun ever since. So there are 3 types of butterflies on that pattern piece of paper, and there's the largest kind, which I made sure I cut all of those out, and then there are medium size and then a smaller size. So right now I'm just creating like a circle effect or a wreath effect with the butterflies. And originally my intentions were not to add any color there, but instead, like on the butterflies, instead I was going to take some paint and splatter it and, you know, add my color that way. But again, going through the collection pack, I remember that there were butterflies in there too. So this is where I go through the ephemera packages. I have 2 of these, by the way, and some I got from Scrapbook Your Joy, and some are from my my kit club from Papers and Beyond. Wow, I could not think of my words right just then. So I'll leave both the links to the shops there. But yeah, so I'm going through the collection pack, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's butterflies. So I pull out all the butterflies, and I decide I'm going to add some color. I'm going to scrap my idea. I take out that piece of ephemera as well that says Dream in Color, and originally I wanted to use that. It just did not fit well in that space. It was an afterthought, so it's not like I had left the appropriate amount of space. So that ends up going back. But I do add something else in its place, kind of, in the same area. So those butterflies are so beautiful, and I wanted to incorporate them. How could I not incorporate them on a layout of, you know, having to do with butterflies, right? So I'm just taking pieces, you know, the different butterflies, and putting them into where the spots where I feel like there needs to be either A, some color, or B, more filler, more butterflies. And that E ended up popping off, and I had to glue it back on. I don't know, with all the glue that I use, it still managed to pop off. So the butterflies, originally I started them going in one direction, and then I thought, well, then butterflies are going to be upside down, and I really did not want that visually. So I just decided that they would be going in 2 opposite directions, but they still give me that look that I was trying to achieve. There I am, just cleaning off the glue stick strings, the hot glue gun, the strands, you know, those little annoying pieces. Here's a piece of a tag that I just cut and I put off to the side. Now that's that piece that I'm going to use. I'm going to bring in that blue as well, and it says Collect Beautiful Moments. And I end up popping it up just a little bit, just because there's so much going on that page already with all the butterflies and all the dimension that they give, because I only glued the centers of the butterflies. I did not glue the, you know, the wings down, because I wanted them to look like they were somewhat in flight and have a bit of texture. Here I'm going to take my We Are Memory Keepers tab punch. Now I love this frickin' thing. Like, if I could add tabs to anything, I would add them to everything. Like, really. So I'm just taking my hot glue gun and adding more color to the sides there, more layers. Why not with all the color here, right? The title is essentially, It's a Colorful Life. Now on the thickers pack, in the, I forget what the actual thickers are called, the name of them, but they're like a vinyl kind of puffy looking thickers, and in that package there are some hearts that are like kind of line drawn, and then there are also hearts that are filled in. And so for more color, I just added them in and around the wreath area. It's not a wreath, you know, the butterfly wreath area, just to add more pops of color. And I just used some additional wet glue, because with the gesso and, you know how I feel about thickers and adding glue. If you're new to my channel, I have trust issues. So yeah, so I just add more glue. It just makes me feel better, even if, you know, a few years down the road it comes apart, or maybe essentially I don't need all that glue. In my heart, it makes me feel better. That is all. So I love those little hearts. I end up sticking one, that little pink one, at the end of Life. I thought it looked so cute there. And then there are some chipboard words. So exist loudly, and in this case I was, because my face was full of butterflies. When I went to pick up my oldest from school, there were parents staring at me, and I was like, yeah, I got butterflies on my face. I did not care. That day, you know, if anything, if Halloween is an excuse to, you know, think outside the box and be a little different, then that was going to be my excuse, and not worry about what people were going to think or say. So I'm also using those little puffy buttons. Those are really cute. I just chose the black ones, or black and white ones. I'm adding more black to my layout because, hi, I love it. I actually just bought a t-shirt that says, black is my happy color. Wait till my husband sees it, because he's always giving me crap and saying, Lina, you want to put some color on? And I'm like, why? I love black. Here I'm just taking my Heidi Swapp Color Shine in the gold, and that is the final element to my layout. I thought it just needed that little pop, that little sprinkling of gold love, and I just go to town with the splatters. I hope you guys enjoyed my layout. I really enjoyed creating this one. This one was a lot of fun for me. I hope you guys will head on over to Heather's channel, check out her video, leave her a comment, give her a like, subscribe if you haven't. Do the same for me if you haven't. Welcome to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.